let's get a halter and my hoof trimming stuff, and I'll show you how I trim his hooves. Quit.
These are so good. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you can see him, he's right there. He just jumps. Did you guys just see that? He just jumps right over that little stinker. So the goats have been getting into Rudy's pasture and I haven't been able to find out where. Oh, and he snuck under. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Oh my goodness. Really, guys? These goats are just so hard to keep contained. It's really quite incredible. Here comes Rudy to see who's in here. This guy is seriously like a dog. This is what I want all of my sheep to be. He is so sweet. You are, aren't you? He does occasionally ram. I've never had him ram me super hard, although I have to say I'm a little nervous about it because his head is like the perfect knee level. So he could really do some damage if he wanted to. I need to trim your hooves soon, don't I? Ooh, yeah. Maybe I should do that right now. I think I will. Let's get a halter and my hoof trimming stuff, and I'll show you how I trim his hooves. This is actually going to be my first time trimming them because I've only had him a couple months. Normally when I trim my goat's hooves, I put them on the milking stand and I trim them that way. However, he is large and is somewhat halter trained, so I'm just going to halter him and tie him and then just trim hooves on the ground. I think that'll be a lot easier. Hey, 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 no! Don't you do that. Whoa, he just ran me. I don't appreciate that, sir. We'll see if he comes to me now. He's waltzing off with an attitude. All right, so I got him tied, and I'm just going to use these clippers to trim his hooves. See how this goes. So with, oh boy. You basically just want to go around the outsides and get them nice and flat. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I'm not done, but just to give you an idea. Hold on. Okay, so do you see how along this edge there's overgrowth, and then I've started to cut this edge down. I'm not done yet. But that's basically, at the end, it should just be all one flat area. There shouldn't be any ridges. Whew, man, his feet are just like hardy and thick. Compared to my goats, the goats are trimmed so much easier. Rudy, quit. Quit. There we go. Good boy. Whoa. Hang on, Rudy. Nope, nope, nope. My goat keeps knocking over the camera. Pete? Is that you? Are you guilty of that? Yes. I don't know. I might have to find a different method, especially with the ewes. I just don't think that's going to be a good one. I did trim one of their hooves, and I ended up putting them on the milking stand, but I had to have Joel help me just because they're heavy and wiggly. So that's a project for another day, but at least he's done. I'm going to let him go, and we're going to call it a success. You ready to be done? You got your halter all twisted funky. Okay. Good boy. That wasn't too bad, was it?
Right now I'm picking some cherry tomatoes to freeze dry, and if there's any really good ones, I might take them to the market. I'm currently over at my brother's, who grows for a bunch of greenhouse tomatoes. As you can see me walking through here, we've got lots and lots of them, but we're pretty much done with them for the season. Everybody else already has cherry tomatoes. The market's kind of saturated right now. We actually start picking these early in the year, usually in May or so. But now is time to enjoy a little bit of extra harvest that we're not going to mess with selling, and probably going to end up freeze drying most of these. These are so good. Oh my goodness. We've actually turned the water off on these. They're just growing in little pots, coconut core, and it's fed through a little drip irrigation system. Was trying to get my son to come pick because he's almost 4 and amazingly fast. And he loves cherry tomatoes. Unfortunately, this time of the year we start getting a lot of thrips, and I can show a little footage of what they look like. The little tiny bugs, little white guys, you might be able to see them on there. They kind of leave a little sticky residue on the tomato, and they're just not desirable, obviously, but perfect for us. But down below, they're not too bad. So I'm gonna just pick, oof, a lot of squishy ones too. Also, this time of the year, you start getting ones that are, well, if you haven't picked them for a while, they start getting splits like that. And then that's gonna rot really quick. But if we're freeze drying it, it's not too big of a deal.
Our first fall tree. Oh, are you putting the cherry tomatoes in the thing?
Yeah. No.
She already ate all the grain?
Yeah.
Can you give her just a little bit more, just like a handful more?
But hey, here it is. There you go.
Thank you. No more than that.
Why?
Because I want to, she doesn't need that much more because I'm almost done.
Then you gotta do the other goat.
Yeah. Trimming my goat's hooves is something I do about every 6 to 8 weeks. It really depends on the goat because some grow much more quickly than others. And I'm sure if you had goats that were on rougher terrain, you could spread that time out even further. But for my cush backyard pasture, always on grass goats, this is what I have to do. The process is pretty straightforward. I'm going to insert a picture here so you can see a before and after. So on the left, you can tell that the outsides and the toe and the heel are getting overgrown. And on the right, that's what it should look like after. You basically want to trim everything so it's nice and even, the toe isn't too long, and it's a nice flat surface on the bottom. Just like any animal who needs their hooves trimmed, it's certainly important that you do this regularly and that you do it well. Doing it incorrectly or not as often as you should can lead to all types of issues. Obviously, the obvious ones like making it harder for them to walk, causing them pain when they walk. Also, having longer hooves can cause for them to get debris stuck in their hooves, which can lead to abscesses or hoof rot. Really just a whole host of issues. Arthritis later in life it can cause. So you want to make sure that if you own goats, this is something that you're doing frequently and that you're doing well.
Can I just do 2? bleeding?
I've never done that before.
Ah!
It's okay.
It keeps dripping more and more.
I know.
This thing on here.
Sorry, Savannah. Oh, man. Well, I just finished up clipping all of the goat's hooves, and I have been trimming goat hooves for 4 years at this point, and I have never, ever clipped a quick and made it bleed. And tonight I did. Ah, man. I was trying to clip it, and she moved at just the right time, and I trimmed it a little too deep. They bleed, like, kind of a lot. It makes it look so horrible. I just felt so terrible. I sprayed the blue wound spray on it, and she'll be fine, but dang it. I had a good run, but after 4 years, I did it. But that's all right. At least they're done. Well, they're all done but one. Gus he is so weird because he is an absolute puppy dog in the pasture, yet I have never been able to successfully get him on the stand. So I'll just have to trim him out in the pasture. It's time for the kids to go to bed, so I'm gonna tackle him another day.